And I'm live now. Hello, hello, everyone. It's me, Shine, coming to you live. I will be hosting my first ever live interview. Mind you, kahit na nag-go live kami ni June, pero I'm scared. I'm still scared, but I'm excited. So for tonight, I'm so delighted to have my guest right now. Although she's busy also in life, she has things to attend, but I'm so grateful that she was able to um, accepted my request to come and join me to have this live interview with her. So, without further ado, here is Tina coming from Florida. Um, okay, let me just navigate it. Hello, hello.
Hi, Shine.
Hello. Kamusta?
Okay lang. I'm good, and I'm so proud of seeing you. I'm seeing the growth, and yeah, you're getting to be a pro at this Go Live.
Not so much. I'm still learning.
You're doing great. You're doing really
Thank
great.
you. Thank you. So, for our audience who are watching, can you please introduce yourself, where you are from, and what do you do for a living? So
Oh
they
yeah.
have an idea who our guest for tonight.
Yes, of course. So good evening, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are watching from. And I'm so happy that I got invited by Shine here. I've been following their page as well, Jun and Shine. And to see them on the screen, it's such a, I get that happy feeling because I've seen their growth right from the beginning. And
Thank you.
Jun and Shine are fired up and they are so into their training. They are moving their business every day. Let me introduce myself. My name is Tina and I'm coming here from Florida. I'm joining from Florida. Hi, June.
Bago pa
Hello.
siya.
Hello.
And I'm originally from that's too funny. I'm originally from Cebu, Philippines. So I'm Bisaya and I've been living here in Florida for close to 20 years now. So I'm a registered nurse by profession. I'm also a wife, and of course, I'm in my 50s. So there is that shift in roles. So my father, who is now an elderly back home in Cebu, so I'm trying to support him, being there for him as much as I can. Yeah, even with the distance. And I mentioned that I'm a nurse. I used to work at the hospital. I started in medical unit and then transitioned to progressive care unit, and then later on transitioned to home health. I started in the field and then took on an admin role in the home health industry. I was director of clinical services before, and then later on I transitioned to nurse auditing, nurse coding. So that's what I do now. I'm actually in my home office, and at the same time, I'm doing my online business just like what June and Shine have. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell. So that's
Wow,
a bit of a
so incredible. Doing this business and at the same time you are also a nurse, and you know how busy our life,
background.
especially when you are at the bedside, right? So
Mhm.
um, I'm so happy for you that you were able to transition working at home For me, I'm still working on that too. Hopefully, hopefully I can transition as soon as possible. So, with that being said, life as a nurse, like you were at the bedside for like how many?
I I
Years?
was at the bedside here in America. I was at the bedside for I think 7, close to 8 years. Yeah,
So
and
eight
then
years.
I transitioned to home health. I did longer in home health because in home health we had some ownership into the business. So
Okay. So with the being on the bedside
mhm.
as a nurse, so we know how hard it is. You know the time we consume so much time in the bedside, like even preparing for our duty. Like
Yes,
aside from our 12-hour shift, we still have to wake up early to
hmm,
prepare ourselves to go to work, and then after going home, you're still need to do your role as a wife, of
correct.
course.
Yes.
You need to cook and everything like that. Were there a time came in your life that you feel like this is too much? Like, is there
Mhm.
something you can do?
Definitely. That's a great question. And that's also one of the big reasons why I really look up to you, Shine. Because I know you're at the bedside right now. You work at the bedside and you have 6 children, right? So that's quite demanding. For myself, we don't have kids, but I do have other roles. So at the bedside, working at the bedside, that was a bit of a challenge for me too, because transitioning from the Philippines and then coming here, I was prepared to work hard, right? I mean, whenever we migrate to another country, we're like, our mindset is we're there to work, right? So my husband and I were prepared to work hard, but then um, I mean, being working at the front lines, we had that not so good surprise. While I was working at the hospital, we received that news from home. You know, my mother, who was back home in Cebu, she actually got sick. She was diagnosed with a critical illness. So my first instinct was I need to go home, be with her, right? Because as a nurse, you know that life doesn't wait for you, right?
Yes, I resonated with you. Yeah.
So yeah, life doesn't wait for you. When you are at that point when someone is really sick, you just have to drop everything and go. But then when I got that news, I really wanted to just forget everything and just go home and just be with my mom because I knew she didn't have much time. But because I was working the front lines, I could not go. I know a lot of people in the Philippines and in other countries, especially in Europe and maybe some in the Middle East as well. A lot of people want to come here to America, but then when you really come here, I mean, we are blessed to be here. I'm very thankful. Don't get me wrong. I'm very thankful for that. But the privilege comes with a duty. You cannot just take off anytime because honestly, short staffing is a real problem. And working the front lines, you cannot just go like that easy. So I ended up not being able to go home at that time. So that actually left a mark in me. I was like, oh my goodness, is this what life is going to be about? About work? For me that time, work really was at the center of everything. And I'm like, I was so shocked, because I'm a very family oriented person and I was like hurting. I wanted to be there for my mom, but I could not. And that really opened up my mind. That event, like years ago, really started, I think, my search for something that can allow me to at least gain back a little control over my time. Because I'm sure you, Shine, I know you work at the bedside and you have kids at home. There are times that you're so tired that there's nothing left of you, right? But then when you go home, the kids are there. The kids need their mom. Oh my goodness, I didn't plan to cry today. I don't know how you do it. You actually are my superwoman. So you need to have that little bit of yourself left to be able to give back to your family. So
Yes.
that experience of my mom getting sick halfway across the world, I could not go home, really opened up something in me. And since then, my husband and I have been looking for something. We didn't know if it was a business or what, but we just needed to know that we should have some money so that if something happens, we're not afraid, like, what are we going to pay? What are we going to use to pay the bills?
Yes.
Because in America, if you don't pay your rent, you get kicked out.
Yeah.
There's nothing like back home, like, oh, you live with me for whenever you are ready to transition. That's the reality for immigrants like us.
Mhm.
When you don't pay the rent, you're out. And at that time, we had nothing. We didn't have any money, and so I was the main breadwinner for us. My husband was working a I think he was working at a resort that time, just earning minimum wage. So, and we had bills to pay. So I could not go home. My manager was like, "You can go home, but I cannot guarantee that you will have a job when you get back." And I was scared, so I had to stay. And that was our start. And then a few years later, my husband was offered um, an opportunity by friends. We had friends who had a home health business and they needed partners to go with them. So my husband actually, we borrowed money just to come up with a capital to join that home health business. And of course, we jumped in, and me being a clinical person, they also asked me to help out on the clinical area. And that really opened our mind to business ownership. Business ownership will give you that extra,
Mhm.
much more than what another job can do. Because I mean, nurses, we are so known to work in one hospital and then on my days off,
Oh,
work in
yeah.
the hospital, right? Right?
That's
Because we
why travel nurses are so in, right?
correct, correct. A lot of people do that because reality is we work 12 hours. So 3 12s, 3 days or 3 nights is already full time.
Yeah.
So you have 4 days left. So a lot of people work in one hospital and then do another hospital for the second job just to get that extra. But for us, it was business ownership. We loved it. We had extra. We were able to save up. We really had a good savings. But then business ownership with regards to a brick and mortar or somewhere where you would have to have an office or
Mhm.
even a staff to help or to manage is really, I would say, very demanding. It was so demanding that we came to a point that it felt like it took over our life. We had money, but we didn't have time for each other.
Okay.
So our health suffered, and we really, or even our relationship suffered. So we realized, like, life is not just all about money, right?
Yeah.
So we sold back our shares into the company, took out whatever our money grew up to. And so we were like, okay, let's go back to being employees. That's when I came to do the online coding, auditing. So I work from home. But then, having seen business ownership, you cannot unsee it. The perks of business ownership is so good that you will be hungry for it. You're like, I want that again. But this time, my husband and I were like, it has to be online this time. So when I saw this online business, I was like, oh my goodness, this is it.
Same, same thing.
I was-
we
and
we
yeah,
had same reaction.
I know, because I mean, the income from the online business, the portability, and I get to work on my own schedule. I get to say when I'm working and when I'm not. I'm not at the mercy of a manager or a supervisor. I'm like, can I just take off? No, I can decide for myself when I'm going and when I'm not, right?
Yes. It's like you being your own boss, right?
Exactly. So you have the good income at the same time you still have control over your time. So, right? It's a win-win for me.
Yes. Actually, that's also the thing that I really considered when I started to, venture into online business, because I'm a nurse, and
Mhm.
then having chil- 6 children. So it's like, if we will be having a mortar and brick business. So how can um, divide my 24 hours if I would do that? But here in our online business, as you have mentioned, the flexibility,
Mhm.
the portability as well, like you can bring it anywhere, like you can bring it outside your home, you're in the kitchen, wherever you are. So that's the thing also that I really love about having the online business.
Yes.
So
And
so
you mentioned that we know you're busy with your 6 kids, and the what I love most about the online business is the automation. The automation, it allows us to really have time for our family, for the people or the things that we really love to do, right? Like
yeah,
you as a mom, you can be there for your 6 kids and your business is still going in the background, right? Because there's that component of automation. So I mean, I love that because then we I can really, like, over the weekend I stepped back, I didn't work on my business, and still business inquiries were coming in and they got responses without me being on the computer, you know,
all the
to
time. Yeah.
respond. So there's that automation
Yeah,
component.
I also got some inquiries about that. Like, they are asking, since it's online, are we gonna be on a computer all the time? Things like that. So it's a good thing that we have this automation.
Mhm.
Like, in this is the way that we can really do the things that we love,
Yeah.
apart from the business.
Yes,
So,
yes.
how long have you been in the online business, if I may ask?
I've 2021, so that's 3 years and 3 years and 4 months I've been here.
Wow.
Yes.
So that's quite a long time already.
Yeah, it is. It's been a long time, but in the business world, like business in general, you are just starting at 3 years.
Yeah, like, we're still a baby.
Yes, but in the online business, it's different because it's like your growth is faster because it's online. So really, I mean, 3 years in the online business is it's a good time.
Okay.
It's yeah.
So, in those 3 years, what changes has the online business brought to your life now?
Yes, that's a great question. Yes. In the 3 years that I've been here, I've been able to go PRN on my nursing job.
Wow.
So I don't, yeah. So I'm doing PRN now. And then we've been able to go home to the Philippines more frequently and longer usually we stay 6 months, 6 weeks to 7 weeks at a time. So and also, there's this thing, this is so close to my heart because this was a childhood dream of mine. Ever since I was small, I don't know why, but I've always dreamed of buying my father a nice car, right? And maybe because growing up, he always made sure that we had a car. It wasn't, a nice car. It was just something to get us from point A to point B. Because
Mhm.
we lived outside the city of Cebu, and but then we went to school in Cebu City itself. So it was a bit of a, you know, transportation. I mean, travel. It was 1 hour one way, and the jeepneys back home, right? The
Yeah.
jeepneys back home, especially in Cebu. I mean, it's congested, it's smelly, it's the pollution is all around. My father always made sure that we had a car. Going to school, I didn't have to take the public transport, and so I think that's where my dream came from. So I've always had this dream of buying him a car. And with my nursing income, of course, I could have bought him a car, but then I would have to do overtime just to come up with that,
Yeah.
money and
Money.
everything. But 2022, we went home to spend Christmas with the family. His old car conked out. It was old, so it gave up, and he was like, he's also retired now, my father, and he was like, "Oh, I don't need a car. I'll just take the public transport." And I
Yeah.
was like, "No, you made sure I didn't have to do that." So on that same trip, I bought him a car, and
Oh,
I'm not bragging, but it's a very nice feeling to be able to do that. To do that to your parent. Oh my goodness, I'm to be able to do that to your parent. And when he asked, he was kind of worried about my budget. He was like, "How much is the interest?" He was asking me, and I said, "There's no interest because I paid cash." And
woo. That's
when
so
I
nice.
handed him, yeah, when I handed him the keys, I could tell his excitement. He was like a kid on Christmas Day, right? So I gave him the keys and he was so excited. He tested the car out and everything. And it was brand new and he was really, really happy. And I was so happy and I could take that memory forever. So yeah, and that's one of the moments that I will really treasure. And also this business has allowed me, as I mentioned, to go PRN. So now I don't have to rush out of the house early morning, as you said, Shine, the 12 hours. You're rushing, getting to work, and then you get home, you're so tired. I don't do that anymore. I wake up on my own time. I get to sit and have coffee slowly, and then I get to my office here when I'm ready for it. So it has made a big difference in my day-to-day life in the small ways as well as in the big ways. And of course, it's able to let me put in some more a little bit into my retirement account. So yeah.
Wow. That's so amazing. So inspiring. Like um like every one of us, we always have our, dreams, may it be small or big. Like if we are really determined to achieve it, like there's no right or wrong way for you to, to get and achieve that goal. But
Mhm.
with you having, since you know what your goals are, what you want to achieve in life, you were just directed to a, to a path
Mhm.
from which that help you from achieving that goal faster for you. Like you have bought your father a car in cash, and then you were able to travel in the Philippines, because with that simple, it's for, maybe for other people it's just simple, but for us who are having this who have goals in life, like things like giving back to our parents, what they have done for us, it really matters. Like it
Matters.
means so much for us. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so inspiring.
You know what? Watching you and June, actually, you guys inspire me because you shine, of course, because you're very young. And I'm like, I look at you and I tell myself, I wish I had this opportunity when I was younger. Because, oh my goodness, the things that you can do, especially with your kids, right? Because I found this online business a little bit later, like I was late, I mean, nearing my 50s. But you're very young and you have the world, you have life before you. I mean, can you imagine yourself and June a few years from now with your kids and everything? Oh my goodness, this business will take you to places and take you to special moments, moments, because kids are little only for a little while, right?
Yes.
They grow up fast and they don't go back to that, time when they are needing you. And that's what they will remember if you're there for them or not, right?
Yes, that's why when I saw this opportunity, like I know this will change my blueprint, because
Hmm.
Me being a daughter of a former OFW,
Yes.
was left, I think, at the age of 6
Mm.
by my mom, just for her to, go abroad and give the education, everything. She provided everything for me. But then, of course, there are things that were sacrificed, like
Mm-hmm.
time, mostly time, and also the memories.
Yes. So,
If
yeah.
now, yeah, sorry. So if now, if I can only like go back
Mm.
and take that chance to be with her again,
Yeah,
maybe I would um, rather stay with her or be with her all the time.
I know. Well, you are actually, that's what you said. You're changing your blueprint. You're doing it better for your kids. You're being there for them because even if you don't have to do what your mom did, like leave the country and go to another country just to be able to provide well. But as a nurse, you can also, in a way, there is, if you don't have this online business, you might be forced to, like not be home and be in the hospital all the time, like what a lot of nurses do, right? So,
Yeah,
but with this online business, you're doing it on the side, and now you don't have to work so hard at the hospital, not so much. I mean, you're not doing long shifts. I mean, you're doing part-time now, right? As
yes,
for
I'm doing part time now.
exactly. So you are being there for your kids. So you're making a big difference.
Yeah. So thank you. So so maybe before we end our session for tonight,
Mhm.
what are your insights that you can offer to our audience right now who are seeking to earn extra income?
Yes. That question, I would take it personally because, as what I told you, I look at you, you're young and you have so much energy and everything. And me, I'm like, I wish I saw this when I was younger. So to everyone who's watching, if you are a registered nurse, or even if you're not a healthcare personnel, but you are putting in long hours at work, that you may be missing. You may be missing quality time with your kids, with your husband, with your wife, with your parents, with your family. If you are in that situation, take the step to look into something that can possibly change your situation, because if we don't do anything different, that will just, whatever situation you're in, it will just continue, and before you know it, you're at the end of you're at your retirement age, and you're like, that's it, life passed you by. So if you are in that situation, what Shine is offering right now is, I would say, a legitimate. I mean, we are nurses. We don't have to, we're not desperate for money. Let me tell you that. We're not desperate for money. We earn good money by being a nurse, but we are looking for something more than money. We are looking for quality time. And this business is allowing us to do that. So if you are in that situation, Shine will be able to guide you how she got to where she is now. She has a webinar, and look at it. It's free. It's free information. There's no full commitment. It's just your email and your name. That's it. Because
Yeah.
when we say no to something that we haven't even looked into, we are denying ourselves of something that can really make a change in our life. It's a life changing opportunity. That's just, yeah, just to put it in a short, message. Because I am so blessed, that I'm so happy that I took the chance to look into it myself.
Yeah, me too. Like, when I get to see the opportunity more than a year ago, like
Mhm.
from this day, I never looked back. Like,
Yes.
I just move forward because I know this opportunity. will lead me to change my blueprint and being able to hand it over to my children of my children, because
Yes.
that's really my goal, that's really my dream.
Mhm.
Like, I've been through a lot. I encountered so many obstacles in life that even, the freedom that I should be having from being with my, from my mom, from my family, like, with this opportunity, I'm starting to get it back. I
Hey,
am starting to get it back. So I will not stop until I can fully get it. I know I'm not yet there, but I'm halfway there.
you are. You are. And I'm so proud of you, Shine.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I hope you have gained some nuggets from our session tonight. And thank you, Ma'am Tina, for letting me invite you and accepted this session. And I really learned a lot from you from day one. So let's just continue to inspire others,
Mhm.
and let's just keep going. I know life is never easy, but with our determination, with our persistence, and with our consistency, I know in time we'll be able to get into our goals. So
Yes.
I think that would be all for tonight. Thank you so much for having you here.
Thank you.
And
And you are a great, by the way. Thank you.
thank you so much. I'm so blessed to have you here, and thank you everyone um, who will be watching the replay. If you have anything comes to your mind, if you are interested to look into the business, you just send me a message. You can PM me personal message. So that would be all for tonight. Have a blessed good night or good day ahead of you, and God bless everyone.
Bye
Bye
bye. Bye
bye.
bye.
Thank you.